Welcome to another episode of Music Therapy. I am John Thuin, your resident psychotherapist, and today we are listening to Do You Believe by REN, another Renegade song for all of you out there. If you like this, please like, subscribe, comment, share this. It helps me so much. Let's get right into it.
You believe it's morning, I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind. You believe it's morning, I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind.
Wow, this imagery right here of the child looking to the window, but the tears or the raindrops going down. So I'm already seeing possibly some depression, sadness themes coming up, and what a beautiful vocalist this is. Oh my goodness.
I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind.
Dear future self, I hope you're in good health.
Oh no, Ren is writing a letter to his future self. You know this is gonna get real quick. I'm so excited to see where this goes.
On my mind.
Dear future self, I hope you're in good health. I'm writing cause I'm frightened, I've been fighting with myself. I wake up in the morning, rain is pouring, but I don't mean outside. I mean a storm is roaring in the corners deep in my mind. And
oh wow, so he is battling some inner demons here to the point where it's affecting him and his development. And he's writing his future self, telling him about the battles he's currently facing, hoping in the future that it's gotten better for him. And wow, you know, this is actually a therapeutic exercise that we use, is writing a letter to your future self to do all the things that you need to do today to make your future self happy and content. And Ren is so clinically sound, he could be a therapist for sure.
the morning, rain is pouring, but I don't mean outside. I mean a storm is roaring in the corners deep in my mind. And I've been phoning my friends for advice to break the ice. How are you? Yeah, I'm nice. Actually, I'm fucking sore inside.
Oh wow, so he's reaching out for help, he's trying to get advice, but he hasn't figured out the breakthrough moment. And that's why an unbiased, objective party like a therapist can be so helpful, because they can actually give you real information as opposed to what you want to hear. And friends tend to be more flattering than they tend to be realistic with you oftentimes.
Friends for advice to break the ice. How are you? Yeah, I'm nice. Actually, I'm fucking sore inside. I'm borderline suicide, but I'm really trying to try and shine in this dark life of mine. The film Life of Brian, I watched it.
Wow, so he is really struggling with some depression, some suicidal ideation here, and that is so important to talk about, to address, to rap about. And what a beautiful song to commemorate it, because sometimes you really have to touch the darkness in order to see the light and to find your purpose and your meaning. And sometimes, you know, Ren has become successful because of his traumas, because of his past struggles that have shaped him into the amazing person he is today. And I'm curious for you listeners out there, I'm sure you can think of a traumatic experience that has shaped you into a better person than who you were back then. So it's just fascinating to think about.
Yeah, I'm nice. Actually, I'm fucking sore inside. I'm borderline suicide, but I'm really trying to try and shine in this dark life of mine. The film Life of Brian, I watched it 50 times because I'm always searching for the brighter side of life. And maybe one day those thoughts will pay off, but till then, my future self, I'm feeling lost. Ha.
You believe it's morning.
Wow, what a song already. And it's okay to be lost. It's okay to be depressed. You have to acknowledge it in order to progress. And it's so important to talk about these things and to let other people in on them, because no one knows the struggles you're internally going through until you explicitly tell them. And yeah, I mean, it's hard not to feel lost in this world when there's a million things you can do. But it's important to really narrow down what you need in life and think about, you know, your priorities, and then build a value hierarchy based on it.
You believe it's morning, I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind.
Wow, so she says that I'm alive, but it's the last thing on my mind, because it feels like I'm living in this dormant state of existence where I don't want to exist anymore. I'm over it, and I'm sure we've been there. As people.
You believe it's morning, I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind.
Dear future self, why am I unwell? Will I ever find a way to climb right out this hell? Will I ever find a way to leave my demons? Find the breath to keep me breathing, find the hope to keep believing, find a way out, huh? Cause something funny happens when you're always sick. When you wake up every day praying that they might be it. That you might turn a corner into life or into death. Cause you hate that state of limbo, cause you hate that state of stress.
Wow, oh yeah, he's like in this middle ground here of between life and death, and it's torturous. He is living this existence that is absolutely tortured by his Lyme's disease, by his mental health, depression, suicidality. And yeah, he wants some finality, he wants some closure on it, because it's so exhausting to deal with any one of those things, let alone all of them at one time. And being so young, that's really challenging for Ren to deal with here, but it's amazing. I'm curious to see where this goes.
Demons, find the breath to keep me breathing, find the hope to keep believing, find a way out, huh? Cause
and he did make it out, and he has gotten so much better, right? And that's such an inspiring message that right when he wanted to give up the most, the sun began to rise, the darkness subsided. Whew.
When funny happens when you're always sick. When you wake up every day praying that they might be it. That you might turn a corner into life or into death. Cause you hate that state of limbo, cause you hate that state of stress. And many lessons I have learned being burned by the fires of depression as they scorch up my earth. I have learned that I'm stronger than I ever thought I was. Cause I'm still here and breathing, my heart's beating blood, but I'm a paradox. I feel so alone, yet I isolate myself. It's no one's fault but my own. Heart is broken cause of the friends that I've had who have died. Heart is broken cause I've been sick for a third of my life. Heart is...
Wow, right, he is really unloading some of his traumas here. And I'm getting goosebumps just hearing it all at once. And right, he is so much stronger for having gone through those things, but he has some areas in his life where he feels empty, and that's like the loss of his friends, missing a third of his life, and no one is completely able to be perfect in all aspects of their life. And Ren, a third of his life, so he's like 30, so 10 years was given to Lyme's disease, and his friends who've passed away due to suicide or overdoses or whatever it may be, it leaves him feeling like he failed or that he is incomplete without that friend there. And that's so hard to deal with by yourself. And that's why I think writing this letter to his future self is so therapeutic.
Than I ever thought I was. Cause I'm still here and breathing, my heart's beating blood, but I'm a paradox. I feel so alone, yet I isolate myself. It's no one's fault but my own heart.
That's interesting, right? So he says, it's a paradox. I feel so alone, but I isolate myself. And this is something we call the opposite reaction in psychology, when we are, it's a defense mechanism. And so what it does is like, I don't want to get hurt. I'm tired of getting hurt by people in my life. So I am going to hide from them myself so they can never hurt me. I'll never give them the chance. And it's the idea that we do the opposite of how we really want to act. So if I'm feeling really lonely, I'm going to isolate myself because I don't want to get hurt again. And I'm sure we've all acted in this state of discord or cognitive dissonance in our lives at some point, because it's human and it's impossible not to.
I'm stronger than I ever thought I was. Cause I'm still here and breathing, my heart's beating blood, but I'm a paradox. I feel so alone, yet I isolate myself. It's no one's fault but my own. Heart is broken cause of the friends that I've had who have died. Heart is broken cause I've been sick for a third of my life. Heart is broken cause we live on a planet that values money more than lives, and we're damaging.
Ah, yes, we value money more than lives. Oh, that gives me shivers, goosebumps. So profound that we value paper over living things, and whether that's plant life or human life or aquariums or like fish, all life is so inherently valuable.
Third of my life, heart is broken cause we live on a planet that values money more than lives, and we're damaging that planet that we need to survive.
Right, we are a part of the earth and the earth is a part of us.
Broken heart, it breaks every time I feel the brakes on my brain when it aches. Bringing the breezes back to faith, feeding my demons while they wait. Ask my angels why forsake, have faith. Take away this pain in my brain and bring the rain on my soul. Future self, could you
Wow, I am getting goosebumps. And these lyrics are so dense, we have to go back and unpack them because we could spend bar by bar, line by line, hours here, I'm sure.
Bringing the breezes back to faith, feeding my demons while they wait.
Wow, bring the bruises back to faith, right? So when he experiences pain, he wants to give up, he wants to give in, he wants to end it. But he needs faith in order to find meaning in that pain. Whew.
Ask my angels why forsake, have faith, take away this pain in my brain, and bring the rain on my soul. Future self, could you pull me out this hole?
You believe it's morning, I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind. You believe it's morning, I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind.
Do you believe it's morning? I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind. Do you believe it's morning? I'm alive, that's the last thing on my.
I love how it started with her, the female vocalist, singing, and now it's REN. And it just shows that parallel of people are going through this struggle together. Even though it feels like you're completely alone and isolated, there is someone else out there, guaranteed, going through something very similar to you. And that's why I love groups. That's why I love putting people together, because it really shows that no matter how ashamed, how isolated you are in your life, you can absolutely find connection in other people.
I'm alive, that's the last thing on my.
Wow, what an amazing song by REN. This was really contemplative, philosophical, and shows how important regarding how important it is to deal with those hard times when they come. Because when they come, you may feel hopeless and like it's never going to end. But REN's story is like so many others I've seen, that it absolutely will get better in due time if you persist through it. And what an amazing message he has here. So vulnerable with his mental health. I love him so much. What an incredible artist. Please like, subscribe, share this with a friend. It means the world to me. Help get the algorithm out there for me. And I look forward to seeing you in the next music therapy episode.